stand out as beacons of moral and professional excellence. We shall keep a close eye on your activities, and those who do well shall be exposed to further training opportunities and other forms of support. Leadership, defined simply as the ability to influence outcomes, is at the center of every successful human endeavor. Everything else falls apart when leadership is either weak or absent. Institutions, societies, and nations fall and rise on the order of leadership, because it is the one piece that holds all other components of growth together. Investments in infrastructure, technology, and the litany of other commitments that highlight development in human imagination would ultimately amount to nothing if effective leadership to optimize the value that accrue from those resource functions is lacking. It is therefore prudent to get leadership right at the foundational stage of development. For that is the only way to guarantee the excellence of outcomes across generations. Abia State, created on this day in 1991, is the land of great men and women, home to countless entrepreneurs whose products, services, and knack for value creation have continued to shape multiple business ecosystems in Nigeria and beyond. As I said in my speech earlier in the day, we are a community of brave and courageous people, epitomizing the infinite possibilities of the human spirit. We set out on a new trajectory 27 months ago, and the targets are threefold. One, to restore the old glory of the land and the value that enabled it. The next, to set new standards of excellence in pursuit of noble ideals, and more importantly, to build institutions that are structurally fit to sustain the reforms on an ongoing basis and ultimately keep the state alive to its promises. The generous investments we have made in social and economic infrastructure in the last 2 years point to our efforts at restoration. The appetite to create an environment that supports that entrepreneurial energy of the people. Already we are seeing promising signs of what is to come in the number of new businesses setting up shops in the commercial districts of Abia. The scramble to return by those who previously left, in the rising number of inquiries from those seeking to take advantage of the noiseless revolution happening in any vast city. Beyond Abia, things are also shaping up here in Umuahia and in several other urban, semi-urban, and rural locations across the state. It may interest us to note that Abia has been consistently ranked as one of the best performing states in the areas of road infrastructure, security of lives and property, and support for local businesses. Our expenditure per capita on capital projects is currently one of the highest in the country. The good news is that we are not looking to cut down spending on social and economic infrastructure anytime soon, if ever. We are effectively banishing mediocrity from our outlook to the public service. This is expressed in the quality of our infrastructure projects, whether they are roads, public buildings, or in the way we respond to your concerns and viewpoints. Our service orientation is that we either do it well or we don't do it at all. That culture of excellence, consistency, and best-in-class standard is manifest in everything we do, including the setting up and running of the Abia Leadership Academy. It is also seen in our commitment to environmental cleanliness, resource allocation, and the routine activities of government. The plan is to continue to show by example that excellence is not a foreign idea, but a way of life which all of us can aspire to. We are also achieving clear distinction in the area of institution building, because just behind leadership in the architecture of social strength and sustainability is the evidence of institutions. Weak institutions are instant guaranteed that whatever is invested in infrastructure and service delivery will go down the drain at the earliest possible opportunity. Corruption, service failure, and slow turnaround time are all evidence of weak and dysfunctional institutions. We did not meet the agencies of bureaucracy in the best state, but we have, through the sheer force of personal examples, legislations, and administrative initiatives, begun the process of remodeling the structures of service delivery. One can also find our institution building footprints in the recruitment outlook of the administration. For us, competence and commitment to the pursuit of public good rank above all primordial considerations. Our extensive investments in personal training, ICT, and process overhaul represent other initiatives that developing the capacity of our institutions to respond to public expectations. We are now focusing on leadership, and you are the earliest stream of beneficiaries in this novel approach at developing the leadership competencies of our people. Let me especially congratulate you for the successful completion of your training and for being found worthy of the honors of the Abia Leadership Academy. This program is very dear to me for a number of reasons. The first is that it is closely tied to our social reorientation program, which emphasizes individual responsibility, accountability, and duty to the society. Additionally, this is about raising a new generation of leaders, those who have transformed their minds to think broadly and deeply whenever and wherever they are confronted with any challenge at all. Our target is to build a large community of leaders who are acquainted to each other as young people and can seamlessly create new front lines of partnership. In the same vein, we are also working consciously to set up a platform where the brilliant and enterprising children of Abia, irrespective of the economic and social backgrounds of their parents, can meet, interact, and share ideas for the future. The world is changing rapidly, and many of our young ones, because of the schools they attend and where they live, have a certain edge over their peers. The Abia Leadership Academy has been set up to become that institution where everybody is treated fairly and respectfully. I'm quite happy with the report that many of the participants for this call and the previous one came from as far as Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and other cities in Nigeria to be part of this. It's also gratifying to know that the children of Abia from the rural and semi-urban communities are actively taking advantage of this opportunity to interact and broaden their outlook to life. Last night, a member of the Central Planning Committee told me that every community in Abia is represented here. I want to thank our parents for their faith in this program and for sending their children to spend part of their holiday with us. I'm also impressed with the good mix of undergraduates and those who just rounded up their secondary education. I'm equally aware that we have a good number of young people joining the academy from different vocational training centers. This is very much in sync with our design. Leadership, as I hinted last week, is not for a select few. It is for everyone. It is fulfilling to observe that young Gambians have embraced this initiative to the fullest. Thank you for trusting us. As I mentioned at the graduation ceremony of the first cohort, your stay here may have come to an end, but the training and support is only just beginning. I understand that the digital platform has been created with the last batch of participants fully onboarded. I expect that in the next few days, all of you shall be welcome to that community. And that will be our collective, an exclusive contact point for information dissemination and support for the alumni of the Abia Leadership Academy. Thank you. The platform will be managed by the Central Planning Committee and shall serve to keep all of us in regular communication. Like I directed last week, each person who successfully concludes this program shall be required to mentor and support at least one person every month over the next 12 months. The benefits of this program are not for you alone. We encourage you to be generous in sharing what you have learned, supporting your peers, and helping them to stand out as beacons of moral and professional excellence. We shall keep a close eye on your activities, and those who do well shall be exposed to further training opportunities and other forms of support. Do not forget to share your pet projects and initiatives with us so we can follow and encourage you as may be necessary. May I especially appreciate the Central Planning Committee led by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Kenneth Carlo, FCA, and his team for the hard work and the resolute commitment to the successful delivery of this project. Appreciation is also due to the facilitators, resource persons, especially senior government officials, who regularly made our time to share their leadership experiences and insights with the class every morning. We are also indebted to the School Management Board and the administrative team at Government College Umuahia for providing a friendly environment for the successful delivery of this program. I would like to equally thank the body of stakeholders, vendors, and support staff for buying into this initiative and supporting it in multiple ways. Thank you very much. As I conclude, let me congratulate one more time all of you who are graduating from this academy today. Thank you for making us proud by the excellence of your presentations and vision of the future. You can take it for granted that we have taken notes, and when the need arises, we shall also invite you to talk us through how we can align government programs and policies to optimize outcomes for every democratic group. I want to also congratulate you for the good behavior and enthusiasm for learning during your stay with us. Before I conclude, I want to make specific notes of the presentation that was made about Vision 2045. And it's interesting that we started with cocoa, which today we may not have paid so much attention to. And if cocoa, which is found, I believe, in Bende and probably in Silverton only, can, where else? can and equally, if it can yield so much money, then just think about the palm, think about the cassava, think about the solid minerals buried under the ground. But most importantly, think about yourself, the leaders of today and tomorrow. My charge to you will be to keep learning, sharing, and influencing behaviors for the basics of leadership is the ability to influence and drive outcomes. So what we actually set out to do here, and which we will continue to do, is to redirect our people, redirect our young ones, redirect their vision, redirect their thinking. Gone are the days where our young ones will turn out to be touts, will be thinking of drugs and employment, will be thinking of nefarious activities, cultism, and things along those lines. Of course, we cannot wipe them away, but when they pale into insignificance, and the majority of you are focused on leadership, then we will have succeeded in our journey in building a new Abia. David, thank you so much for listening. Congratulations to the graduates. Thank you, the facilitators, and all our colleagues who found time to share their experiences with our young ones. My prayer is that as you leave, that God will lead you back to your destination safely. Thank you so much, and God bless you.